Hello everyone, this is Ahsan Ali. I am pursuing my master's degree from IBA Karachi. Today I will be presenting my computer science project as a demo. And firstly, I would like to mention my supervisor, Dr. Tariq Mahmood, who helped me out in this whole project and their guidelines and the directions, and it made it possible for me to complete this project in timely manner. So let's start with what was our intention for this project. So as of now, we can see that in industries they are started using the data as the primary source for the visibility of some factual numbers or some sales data to the higher management or the C level. So in this context, we try to develop some frameworks so that it will be helpful for the new beginners who have just started working on the data or new to the data field, so they can just easily adopt this solution or this framework, and they can create the data pipeline easily. So on our screen, you can see that this is our design framework, in which you can see that we have used the Delta Lake concept. Most of you already know this concept as well. So the first component here we see is the data sources. That is very first step in data pipeline. When you are creating a data pipeline, so you have to identify your sources, whether it be a file system, the APIs, or the traditional database. Once you identify those data source, then you have to load it in some DB or other storage. So here we have used our MySQL DB to store the data, and we have used the Python script as a programming language, and then we have used the Airflow for scheduling the jobs as well. Then we will store our data to the HDFS, because the reason why we have used HDFS is that we don't need to query on the traditional database or the transactional database, because it might impact the performance of the database. Or in case of large data or big data, you must have some sort of feasibility in storing the data, and you must not uh, create an error in while reading the data. So Hadoop provides multiple advantages like fault tolerance, and or if any of the data nodes get corrupted, you can easily fetch the data from other nodes. So the replication works is a good way, and partitioning of the database, or you can say you can read the data from different data nodes. So that's why we have used the Hadoop data nodes, and we have also automated this through Airflow as well. Before moving our data into the HDFS, we have processed our file and changed the format of the file into Parquet file, because Parquet file is the most popular format because it's column based, and while you are reading the data, its performance is far better than CSV files or other format. So we have used the Parquet format to store the files in HDFS. Then we will look towards the Spark while we have store our data in HDFS. Now we have to use our data to perform some sort of analysis or for dashboarding or for the report. So Spark provides a great support in processing the files or data in memory. So it has a better performance than any other technology. So, and it's latest technology as well. So we have used PySpark package to build our Spark section, and it is locally running. It is not hosted anywhere. But by the way, HDFS is stored in AWS EC2. So you can run the Spark on locally with some of the performance parameter as well. Then you can have visualization, like you can this Spark job will create some of data sets, and that data set will be integrated with any of the dashboarding tool like Power BI or Tableau, and you can easily view in a good way. So this was a whole framework. Now let's just see how our pipeline works. So let me just call our Airflow script. Yeah, so just call this a script. So here you can see our Airflow web server, and scheduler has been started. Now we have to move to the Chrome to check if our Airflow is working or not. Okay, yeah, so our Airflow is working on the local host, port 8080. Our ETL job is ETL new, you can see here. And once you click here, you can see there's a lot of red mark, because we have tested out our pipeline and again. And now what we will do is that we will trigger our pipeline. You can trigger it from here. So it said it should start any moment now. So here you can see our pipeline has been started. The red mark, the green mark says that it's a success, and the other one is running. So while our pipeline is running, we will move to the code, and we will see that what are the Python script that is being running at the background. Or we can also see the code here as well. So let's see the code from here. So Airflow supports the DAG version, like directed acyclic graphs. So you can put the dependency over the different components. Here you can see we have a start, and then we have some task for loading our data into the database, into MySQL, and then we are moving our data towards the HDFS, and then we will have some statistics over while HDFS has already processed the files or not. Once this component has been run, then we will see some of the output or logs at the end of the job. So here you can see that these are all functions which is called under the DAG task. These are the functions that has been called, and all of these functions are used to read the CSV files and store it to MySQL. And secondly, you can see that it is now transferring the data from MySQL to HDFS. So these are the basic function that has been written to migrate into the HDFS data. Now let's just see the progress of our job. So here you can see that our order or any other CSV file has been loaded into MySQL. All of the components are successful. And now the main component, which is transferring the data into the HDFS, is being running now. So it's in running state. You can also see the log over here. So it can take some of our time because it's loading. The whole pipeline is being running. By the way, I have selected as not all of the data, because if we take all of the data, then it might take more time. So for the demo, I have selected limited number of data so that it runs quickly. So this was successful. And what about the other? So one task has been done, that it has moved the data. So all of these are in running stage. So just one is left, and then we can see our HDFS storage. So yeah, here it is being running. It will pull out the statistics from the HDFS that all of the files has been pushed to HDFS. Let's just see the log over here. So it's working, authenticated. We have to, as you guys can see, that our job has been executed, and you can see the logs over here that our files has been transferred to HDFS storage. All of these Parquet files are here. The date is 14, and we have executed our job on 10, on 14. And all of these files are stored in the HDFS storage. Now we have to execute a Spark job so that we can create data sets, and that data sets can be used by any of the dashboard. or for any reporting purpose. So let's just execute that Spark job. I will use that this path because Spark submit CMD file is over here and our Python Spark file is here. So let's just execute this and let's see that it should appear over here. We have the local host and all of the UI is hosted on the local host. So yeah, it's working. You can see here that our job has been in running state. So these are the executors, these are the network method access implementation based on the Java, and this is our job that has been running in at the background. So let's look towards the terminal, and here we will have some sort of data set that we have created for demo. Like we can see that monthly order breakdown and the GMV, total GMV that has been generated over the months. So this was all about the framework that can be easily adopted by any new users, and with some of the command, with some of the configuration, you can easily set up your a data solution with this framework. So thank you all, and thanks for watching the video. Thank you.